Hello, everyone. Hello, welcome back to my channel. Glad to find you here. If you're a new subscriber, welcome. Hope you stay for a good long while. I am doing yet another just a small piece on the recent murder of Charlie Kirk. And if you haven't seen my other two videos, I will drop them in the subscription box so that you can see for yourself just a point of view, not an opinion, not an argument, just a perspective for your view. And if you're interested, I'll drop them there. This, I'm wanting to discuss this. I don't know why, but this great search for the footage of the shooting on YouTube and on TikTok. And there is a skyrocketing search engine just to present the actual shooting. And I say to myself, why would you want to see it? To me, it would be the last thing I would like to see. I'd want to see. It's, mm-mm, mm-mm. I don't want to see that. I remember when I saw George Floyd, some 5 years ago, when he was taking his um the foot on the neck from Derek Chauvin, the cop that ended up killing him because his foot was on his neck and he couldn't breathe. And I thought to myself, "Oh my God, I'm watching a person die right in front of me. Oh, I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it." But at the same time, you're fixated. That was happening. But this shooting was picked up from footage of college students that were there to hear. I wanted to record Charlie's speech, and now it's going viral. And I'm like, why would you look for that? Even in the George Floyd, when I saw that, I wouldn't go looking for that, but it was happening and it was live at the time. I think to myself, to go search for that, for anyone who would want to search for that, to me, that's very trauma inducing because you're actually seeing a person murdered. You can't unsee that. So I'm thinking, what's in a person to make you want to search for that? It causes trauma. It causes an image. It plants an image that can't be erased in our memory. And I'm thinking, I want to harvest the best images, the sweetest, the most enjoyable ones. I don't want to have within my personhood images of that type accompany me. I'm certainly not going to go search for that. So if you are a person or you know a person that seems to what they like, want to know the gory details and things like that, I would look into the pathology of that or the psychological insertions of that. Now, whenever someone said check your own pathology, then that's an indication you need to check your own pathology. But I'll say on that point, because you never want to encourage somebody to look at themselves without you having looked at yourself deep enough on that same subject. I would say I'd never want to see someone get killed, hurt, harmed, or anything. So, in that regard, I would say if you're so interested in seeing that, you will go to the extremes to search for it and watch it over and over again. I would check that pathology. I would check the why behind the request because it's not healthy to want to see and witness that. Years ago, forever years ago, we were having a debate. Charlie debates all the time. We were having a debate on if you were able to see a mass killer and you were on the jury of a mass killer and they were going to be executed. Would you want to be in the room to see them executed? And I said, absolutely not. But I was surprised. I was in the minority. Many people said, hey, I would. You know, you reap what you sow and all of this stuff. And I go, hmm. So if you reap what you sow, you reap what you spoke, I guess. And people get to, or you reap what you search for. And so that's probably why they're excited to see it. Me, myself, I wouldn't want to see it at all. And I'll just leave it at that. If you've gotten this far, please click like, please click subscribe. If you leave a comment on this controversial person that he certainly is, again, I don't agree with most of his views, but I don't knock him, and I never did knock him for them, because to each his own, and let's let that be. And I love you. If you've gotten this far, please click subscribe. Bye now. Bye. No debate.